Welcome to the Afterspin, opinions from thought leaders in our state. I want to ask Becki Gray and Rob Schofield. We're all focused on the elections on November 6th, but we all remember that in 2016, the legislature met in special session and passed laws to limit the powers of the incoming governor. Do you suspect we might see some more shenanigans between the election day and the start of the 2019 session? And if so, what do you think will be attempted? Rob?
I would be shocked if we didn't, actually. And of course, it's interesting to recall that that special session was supposed to be about Hurricane Matthew recovery, and it ended up being about a lot of other stuff. I mean, the legislature's already said they're coming back to have a special session to deal with the constitutional amendments, so we know that's going to happen. If they're going to actually do Hurricane Florence recovery in a serious way, and that's going to cost billions of dollars. Can you imagine them passing $1 billion appropriation that didn't include all kinds of shenanigans? I would expect further efforts to cement their power, because especially if they lose their supermajority, this is their last chance, and the Republican majorities at the General Assembly, I could see more attacks on the governor's power.
Agree or disagree, Becki Gray?
Well, I think it's unfair just to assume that the General Assembly is going to come back and, engage in all these shenanigans and, activity.
Well, isn't history a predictor of the future?
Yeah, but yes. Remember in 2016 too, that was right before Governor Cooper took over, and there was controversy from the very beginning with that, pushing, elbowing each other aside.
Controversy from the standpoint that he was a Democrat?
Could be, but don't forget, this General Assembly has also had controversies with Republican Governor Pat McCrory.
They did.
In my view, some of this goes back to when you have 140 years of the same party controlling everything, and you have personalities like Jim Hunt and Mark Bass-Knight and Jim Black and Tony Rand and those kind of people. I think there were controversies before, but I think they worked it out. Jim Hunt had him over for a beer on Friday afternoon, and they worked some of those things.
Not in the governor's mansion. No beers in the governor's mansion.
Kind of offline. This was not all done in front of TV cameras and the media and those kind of things. So I think that there have been controversies in the past. I just think that when, in the last several years, and this is a General Assembly that has not shied away from controversy, and the news media has not shied away from getting in the big middle of it. What they're going to do in November, I don't know. I mean, I think some of these power questions, who has authority over what, will certainly come up again. It feels to me, having watched this, there just can't be that many more questions that they need to deal with, all the lawsuits and everything else.
I think you're being naive.
And to Rob's point about the hurricane recovery, they are coming back on October 15th.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if maybe they came back again. The hurricane recovery, I think, we'll still be dealing with this when they come back in November.
I want to deal quickly with a point that you just made about the media coverage of some of this stuff. Because I don't know about y'all, but I regularly get grilled from people that say, oh, you're just anti-Republican, you're against anything this legislature does. Both of y'all have been on this show long enough to know we railed against the Democrats pretty much when they were in power too, right?
Right. Yes, there are plenty of bad ideas to go around. Plenty of credit to get for good ideas, but plenty of bad ideas, and plenty of shenanigans on everybody's part too.
And Policy Watch gave grief to the Democrats too in the past, but there has been a sea change. There has been a ratcheting up of the shenanigans. The process has gotten worse and worse in recent years. It hit its nadir with the fact that we actually passed a budget without even allowing amendments this year. So, I think the Republicans have been less and less shy about basically controlling the game and not allowing the other side to even have a say.
Becki, you gonna let Schofield have the last word on this?
Never. No, and I think a lot really hinges on the results of the November election. And we talked about the amendments in the show, the $2 billion rainy day fund that we had. We're going to have, they are going to use, if not all of that money, most of that money. So where that leaves us is when the next storm comes, what kind of leadership are we going to have in place? And are they going to be able to have another $2 billion cushion or a large rainy day?
You're talking about the next 500-year event, which is probly going to be in the next 2 or 3 years.
We don't know when, but I think we can all agree, we will be looking. North Carolina's had 65 hurricanes since 1851. So I think we know there's going to be another one. Are we going to be prepared? And I think one of the questions that I'm thinking of during this election is what kind of leadership is going to be in place that will ensure that we have those kind of things in place when we need them.
Interesting. Well, thank you for watching the After Spin. We'll have more video all during the week on ncspin.com.